Follow Name Explain on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, as well as joining my Facebook group, Friends of Name Explain, where you can chat with myself and many other name nerds. Check out the links down below. Over the last year or so, AI has advanced dramatically and is way more in the public conscious, from AI art to AI speech. One of the most impressive uses of AI, however, has to come in the form of AI writing tools. These are like chatbots, but way more capable. One of the most noticeable AI writing tools to come around recently is named Chat GPT. You can put pretty much any prompt into it and get something back that can pass as human written to many people. It can create things as dull as field trip permission slips for schools, to explaining the story of Twilight in the form of an old-timey telegram. Suffice to say, Chat GPT really changes the game in the world of writing. It could perhaps be compared to what the creation of the calculator did for maths. People have begun even using it to write content too for places like YouTube. This got me thinking, could Chat GPT write an entire name explain video? And even if it could, would it be fun or accurate? Here are my results from this experiment. First off, I wanted a little bit of an ego boost, so I asked it, what is the YouTube channel called Name Explain about? To which it responded,
Name Explain is a YouTube channel that explores the origins and meanings of names, words, and phrases. The channel was created by a linguistics enthusiast named Patrick Foote in 2016. On the channel, Patrick creates entertaining and informative videos that delve into the etymology and history of various names, words, and phrases. He covers a wide range of topics, including the names of countries, cities, and famous people, as well as slang terms, idioms, and pop culture references. Patrick's videos are well researched and often include fascinating anecdotes and historical context. He presents the information in a clear and engaging manner, using visuals and animation to help illustrate his points. The channel has gained a dedicated following and is a great resource for anyone interested in language and linguistics.
Which is really flattering. Cheers, mate. Whenever I get bad comments, I'm just going to put stuff like this into ChatGPT. After this, I asked it, what is a good idea for a YouTube video for the channel Name Explain? And here are the ideas it gave me.
One idea for a Name Explain video could be to explore the etymology and history of the name of a famous city or landmark. For example, a video could be created to explain the origins and meanings behind the name Eiffel Tower or Golden Gate Bridge. This could involve researching the history of the city or landmark and the cultural context in which it was built, as well as any linguistic or historical factors that influence the naming process. Another idea could be to examine the evolution of a particular slang term or popular phrase over time. For example, a video could explore the origins and meaning behind the phrase cool beans and how it has been used in different contexts and evolved in meaning over time. This could involve looking at the cultural and historical factors that influence the adoption and use of the phrase, as well as how it has been popularized through media and entertainment. Overall, a good Name Explain video idea is one that explores the history and meaning behind a word, phrase, or name in a way that is informative, entertaining, and engaging for the audience.
These are some interesting and valid ideas to say the least. They all sound like topics I would cover, and the cool bean ideas would have been perfect in my recent fruit and veg idioms video. Out of all these ideas, I decided to go with the Eiffel Tower suggestion. It seemed like a relatively straightforward idea for a Name Explain video and a good test of the AI's capabilities. So next I asked it, what talking points could a YouTube video about how the Eiffel Tower got its name include? And it said to me,
a Name Explain video about how the Eiffel Tower got its name could cover several interesting talking points. Here are some possibilities. Gustav Eiffel. The tower was designed and built by the engineer Gustav Eiffel. Exploring Eiffel's life and career could give viewers a better understanding of the context in which the tower was built and the significance of its name. Paris Exposition of 1889. The Eiffel Tower was built as the entrance arch to the 1889 World's Fair, also known as the Paris Exposition. Discussing the significance of the exposition and its role in shaping Paris's cultural and architectural identity could add context to the tower's construction and naming. Naming controversy. It's worth noting that the tower wasn't universally loved when it was first built. Many Parisians thought it was an eyesore and protested against its construction. In fact, the tower was almost torn down after the exposition was over. Discussing the controversy surrounding the tower and its naming could add a layer of drama to the video. Inspiration for the name. The tower was named after Gustav Eiffel, but there's more to the story. Eiffel himself suggested that the tower be named after Maurice Queclin, one of his engineers who played a key role in the tower's design. However, Queclin declined the honour and instead suggested that the tower be named after Eiffel himself. Digging into the reasons behind these decisions could be a fascinating aspect of the video. Linguistic roots. Exploring the linguistic roots of the name Eiffel could also be interesting. The name is Germanic in origin, and Eiffel's ancestors were from the Rhineland region. Discussing the historical context of Germanic influence in France could give viewers a better understanding of the cultural significance of the name. Overall, a video about how the Eiffel Tower got its name could cover a range of topics, from the tower's design and construction to the cultural and historical context in which it was built. Focusing on these different angles could create a rich and informative video that would appeal to a wide range of viewers.
These all sound like very valid talking points to cover in a video about a tower, but of course a good YouTube video needs a good introduction. So next I asked it to write an introduction to a YouTube video about how the Eiffel Tower got its name, and it did exactly that.
Bonjour and welcome to Name Explain. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at one of the most famous landmarks in the world, the Eiffel Tower. The tower is not only an engineering marvel, but it's also a symbol of Paris and an icon of French culture. But have you ever wondered how it got its name? Who was behind the design and what inspired its creation? In this video, we'll explore the fascinating history and etymology of the Eiffel Tower's name. We'll look at the man behind the tower, Gustave Eiffel, and the cultural context in which it was built. We'll also delve into the naming controversy surrounding the tower and how it almost didn't survive. Join us as we take a journey through time and unravel the mysteries of one of the world's most famous landmarks.
All things considered, this is a serviceable intro to a YouTube video that is not particularly Name Explain sounding. Like, I never begin my videos by saying, welcome to Name Explain, but still, the AI has a clear understanding of what a YouTube video normally begins like. Perhaps I should take notes. I then asked it to write a paragraph about Gustave Eiffel, the Paris Exposition of 1889, and the reason he built the tower, and it gave me...
Gustave Eiffel was a renowned French engineer and architect who designed and oversaw the construction of the Eiffel Tower. Born in Dijon, France in 1832, Eiffel's career was marked by his passion for innovative engineering solutions and his reputation for building large, complex structures. The tower was built as the entrance arch to the 1889 World's Fair, also known as the Paris Exposition, which celebrated the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. Eiffel wanted to create a symbol of modernity and innovation that would showcase France's engineering prowess to the world. The tower was designed to be the tallest structure in the world at the time, and Eiffel's team worked tirelessly to bring his vision to life. The tower's innovative design and engineering solutions quickly made it a global sensation, cementing Eiffel's legacy as one of the greatest engineers of his time.
Next, as Chat GPT suggested, I wanted it to talk about the controversy of the tower and its name, and it gave back to me by saying...
The construction of the Eiffel Tower was not without controversy. Many Parisians at the time thought that the tower was an eyesore and a blight on the city's skyline. A group of prominent artists, including writer Guy de Maupassant and painter Charles Garnier, even signed a petition against its construction. However, despite the public opposition, the tower was completed in 1889 as planned. Similarly, the naming of the tower was not without its own controversy. Although the tower was ultimately named after Gustave Eiffel, he had initially suggested that it be named after Maurice Queclin, one of his engineers who played a key role in the tower's design. However, Queclin declined the honour and instead suggested that the tower be named after Eiffel himself. This naming decision was not without its critics, and some felt it was inappropriate to name the tower after an individual rather than after the city or country it represented. Nevertheless, the name Eiffel Tower stuck, and it has become one of the most recognisable landmarks in the world.
It was at this moment I realised that it had mentioned someone called Maurice Queclin a couple times, and I had no idea who he was. So I asked ChatGPT and they explained that...
Maurice Queclin was a Swiss civil engineer who played a key role in the design and construction of the Eiffel Tower. Born in 1856 in Switzerland, Queclin studied engineering in Zurich before joining the firm of Gustave Eiffel in 1879. Queclin was instrumental in developing the original concept for the tower and played a key role in its design, particularly in the early stages of the project. He is credited with devising the basic concept of the tower's structure, which he first sketched out on a piece of paper while sitting in a cafe. Despite his significant contributions to the tower's design, Queclin declined the offer of having the tower named after him, instead suggesting that it be named after Gustave Eiffel. Queclin continued to work with Eiffel's firm for many years, and he went on to have a distinguished career as an engineer and bridge designer.
And that cleared things up for me nicely, so cheers for that. This all then followed up with a paragraph on the etymology of the last name Eiffel, reading...
The last name Eiffel is of German origin, and it is believed to have originated in the Rhineland region of Germany. The name is derived from the Middle High German word Eifel, which means border or boundary. The Eiffel family is thought to have migrated to France in the 17th century, and they established themselves in the Lorraine region in the east of the country. Gustave Eiffel was born in Dijon, France in 1832, and he was the grandson of a German immigrant who had changed the family name from Bunichhausen to Eiffel. Despite his German ancestry, Gustave Eiffel was a French citizen and was deeply invested in French culture and identity. The Eiffel Tower, which he designed and oversaw the construction of, has become a symbol of French pride and engineering prowess, and it remains one of the most iconic landmarks in the world.
And a paragraph on the construction of the tower, reading...
The Eiffel Tower was designed by French engineer and architect Gustave Eiffel and was built between 1887 and 1889. The tower was constructed as the entrance arch for the 1889 World's Fair, also known as the Paris Exposition, which celebrated the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. Construction of the tower involved over 300 workers, who used over 18,000 individual pieces of wrought iron and over 2.5 million rivets to construct the tower's innovative lattice structure. The tower was completed in just over 2 years, and it was inaugurated on March 31st, 1889. The tower's construction was a significant achievement of modern engineering, and it quickly became a symbol of French innovation and culture. Today, the Eiffel Tower remains one of the most visited tourist attractions in the world, and a testament to the creativity and ingenuity of its designers and builders.
Finally, I asked it a more personal question. I asked if Eiffel Tower is a good name, and it said to me,
The name Eiffel Tower has become an iconic and recognizable name for the world-famous Parisian landmark. While there was some controversy over the naming of the tower at the time of its construction, the name Eiffel Tower has endured and has become an important part of the tower's identity. The name Eiffel is synonymous with the tower's designer and builder, Gustave Eiffel, who was a prominent figure in the field of engineering and architecture in his time. Additionally, the name Eiffel Tower has become deeply embedded in popular culture and has been featured in countless works of literature, film, and art. Overall, while the name Eiffel Tower may not be without its critics, it has become an integral part of the tower's history and identity, and it is widely recognized and celebrated around the world.
And finally, this video needed an outro and summary, so I asked it for one and it wrapped things up by saying,
In this video, we explored the fascinating story of how the Eiffel Tower got its name, from the tower's construction as the entrance arch for the 1889 Paris Exposition to the controversy surrounding its naming. We delved into the history and significance of this iconic landmark. We learned about the tower's designer and builder, Gustave Eiffel, and his role in the tower's construction, as well as the contributions of Maurice Queclin, the Swiss civil engineer who helped to design the tower's innovative lattice structure. Ultimately, we saw that while there may have been some controversy over the naming of the tower, the name Eiffel Tower has endured and become an important part of the tower's identity and cultural significance. We hope you enjoyed this exploration of the history of the Eiffel Tower's name and learned something new about this iconic structure. Thanks for watching.
So this gives us an entire script for a name explain video about the origin of the Eiffel Tower's name. Quite impressive to say the least, but there are some issues with it all. First off, it repeated itself quite a few times. I mean, I do that too, but this was a tad more obvious. That may come from the fact I put in separate questions as opposed to one prompt. It also seems that the broad strokes of the information was correct too. I checked most of the factual elements of it and most seemed to be true. Though initially it said I started name explain in 2016, and I actually started in late 2015. So while this script would be a serviceable video, whether it would be a good one I'm not all too sure. Though a YouTube video is more than a script, it needs a great title and thumbnail too. For a title, I actually had a conversation with Chat GPT, and it went something like this. What would be a good clickable title for a YouTube video about how the Eiffel Tower got its name?
Unraveling the mystery, how the Eiffel Tower got its name.
Maybe something a tad shorter.
The story behind the name, Eiffel Tower.
But a bit more exciting.
The secret history of the Eiffel Tower's name unveiled.
What's so secret about it?
I apologise for the confusion. There is nothing secret about the history of the Eiffel Tower's name. Here are a few alternative title suggestions that are more accurate and attention-grabbing. The surprising origins of the Eiffel Tower's name. Untold story, how the Eiffel Tower earned its iconic name. From controversy to icon, the Eiffel Tower's name revealed.
These are all somewhat valid title ideas. I think I would personally go with the surprising origins of the Eiffel Tower's name, as that one just vibes with me. I even asked it what a good thumbnail for this video would look like, and it told me that
a good YouTube thumbnail for this video could feature an image of the Eiffel Tower, perhaps with an overlay of the French flag, or a vintage photograph of the tower during its construction. The thumbnail could also include text, such as the title of the video, or a tagline that hints at the content of the video. Alternatively, the thumbnail could feature an image of Gustave Eiffel or Maurice Queclin, the designers and builders of the tower, to give viewers a sense of the historical context of the story. Ultimately, the thumbnail should be eye-catching and visually appealing, with a clear connection to the subject matter of the video.
And while I could have made a different AI generate the thumbnail, I decided to draw it myself, and here it is. It even generated a list of tags for the video, including
Eiffel Tower, Gustave Eiffel, Maurice Queclin, Paris, French history, Paris Exposition of 1889, architecture, engineering, naming controversy, lattice structure, landmarks, travel, culture, iconic structures, history.
Which is all way more tags than I ever bother with. If there's any way I would use Chat GPT on a regular basis from now on, it would definitely be with generating tags. Finally, I asked Chat GPT one more thing. I asked, do you think this video is a good idea? And it told me that
as an AI language model, I don't have personal opinions or emotions. However, a video about how the Eiffel Tower got its name could be an interesting and informative topic for viewers who are interested in history, architecture, and culture. The Eiffel Tower is a world-renowned landmark, and its history and significance have captured the imagination of people around the globe. Exploring the story of how the tower got its name could provide viewers with a deeper understanding and appreciation of this iconic structure, as well as the people and events that shaped its development. Ultimately, whether or not a video is a good idea depends on the interests of the target audience and how effectively the video presents its subject matter.
Depending on your previous knowledge with Chat GPT, this video has either been wildly obvious and you knew it could do all of this anyway, or your mind has been completely blown. I'm somewhere in the latter category. I've been playing about with Chat GPT for a while now, and while I don't think I'll be using it to make videos anytime soon, it is undoubtedly going to have a huge impact on the world of writing and what we expect from people. At the very least, it's a quick and easy way to make a video while on break for Easter. Name Explain depends on viewers like yourself supporting the channel financially on Patreon, so a huge thank you to everyone who does. Donating just $1 a month helps the channel amazingly and gets you bonuses including ad-free videos, exclusive content, the power to request ideas to be made into actual Name Explain videos, and your name at the end of the video with all these awesome people. Visit patreon.com/NameExplain or click the link down below to find out how you too can support the channel. Thank you. Thanks for reaching the end of the video. Why not watch another and subscribe to keep up to date on all things Name Explain. You can find myself on Instagram where I'm NameExplainYT and join the Facebook group Friends of Name Explain to talk with myself and other name nerds. All that will be linked down below. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and once again, thank you all so much.